Oh boy, if I bought a new Bronco and then I saw all these LC250s on the road, I'd be a little jealous. I might be biased though. I'm totally in love with the new Land Cruisers. We've started building them at the shop, and I got my wife one, sold her 4Runner, and we'll be doing a best bang for your buck build on my wife's. This video is going to be all about a daily driver and basically value mods. So you've got a budget of $5,000. What are you going to do to your LC250? This is what I would do. First of all, I would do a Westcott Designs lift kit. This is a preload collar lift kit. What that does is it replaces the collar on your coilovers in the front and puts more preload on the coils. More preload means you're going to have less down travel, which means a stiffer ride in order to get more lift height. This is the only type of preload or spacer style lift kit that we would ever do here. Westcott Designs is just really high quality. So if you're not planning on off-roading, if you're not planning on doing anything, beyond what I'd consider mild on a trail, this is fine. A lot of people actually prefer how it drives on a Westcott kit because there's a little bit stiffer response in the front. So corners tighter. The downside is you hit bumps and stuff, it is going to be a little bit rougher of a ride, but the difference is negligible between stock and Westcott for the front end. The back end is just blocks that go above the springs. The big benefit of a Westcott kit is clearly the price. These are high quality machined parts made in the USA, but it's only $500 for the front and the rear, and that's for the black anodized version. We only charge 4 hours to install this. It's pretty easy, and these are brand new vehicles. If you get a quote on a Westcott kit for something else through us and it's 5 hours, not 4, it's a lot easier to install something on literally a brand new vehicle. So we take that into consideration as well. So the total price of a Westcott kit installed, aligned, parts with taxes and everything is $1,589. You can spend well over that just for coilovers. So if you're on a budget and you don't really care about getting gnarly off-road, fantastic option. Now, another benefit of the Westcott kit is that it makes it easier to fit larger tires. Obviously, you're losing travel, your down travel in particular, because of the preload you're putting on the coils, but it does make it a little easier. Sure, you don't need a lift. Of course, there's always comments on YouTube about, well, that doesn't mean you can fit larger tires because all you're doing is separating your control arms from the frame. True, but it does make it easier, let's be real. In this case, we went with 35-inch Toyo Open Country AT3s. If you want to save more money, go with the Kenda Cleavers. They're less expensive than the Toyos, but Toyos are great tires. And these in particular are $389. If you go with the Kendas, you're going to save probably $240 total on that when you buy 4 tires. And these 35s fit perfectly. It's like this vehicle should have come with 35s from the factory, but it really does look proper with 35s. Let's talk about the wheels now, because offset changed with the new gen Toyotas. Stock offset on your wheels are a lot more positive than they used to be. That means the wheel mounting surface is closer to the outer lip if it's more positive, which gives you less wheel poke if all the other factors are the same. What used to be like a 3rd gen Tacoma 0 offset would put you kind of in the golden area of poke, where it's not too wide and you're running through wheel bearings and just, your steering doesn't feel good, and your scrub radius on your steering just ends up causing a nightmare of issues with clearancing things. And you have 33s, but you have to get a cab mount relocate. Now you have to think of it like 25 millimeters more. So if you want that look of what used to be a 0 in the market, you're gonna have to go with a 25mm offset, which is exactly what this is. These are positive 25 offset Method wheels. We're looking at the 703s from Method. It's a 17-inch by 8.5-inch wheel in matte black. And these are $319 a piece. And I just love Method wheels. The bead grip stuff is killer. The more I learn about it, the more I use it, the more I air down to dangerously low pressures while off-roading just on bead grips and not true bead locks, the more of a believer I am. And I've said it 100 times on this channel. Method wheels look right on Toyotas. They just kind of fit the styling. You're also going to need new lug nuts. It's only $67. And then we charge an hour to do a mount and balance on 35s. Swap over those TPMS doodads in there to make sure your tire pressure monitors work on your dash. And your total out the door for the wheels and tires is actually more than double what the lift kit costs. You're at $3,459 out the door to get this wheel and tire setup on your LC250 with a Westcott kit. So there you go, guys. This is a $5,000 setup. It looks really fantastic. Huge upgrade over the stock look. The biggest thing functionality-wise that has improved is the ground clearance from getting larger tires. You're gonna gain just over an inch of ground clearance. Doesn't sound like a ton, but that's more than 10% of the stock ground clearance, and ground clearance matters a lot. So does wheel travel. So I don't know if it's really a functional upgrade if you're losing travel for the sake of a little bit more ground clearance. If you're gonna do things like fire roads and simple off-roading, this is totally fine. If you're gonna get gnarly whatsoever, Westcott's not gonna be for you. But Westcott is the only lift kit of this style, so not totally proper full suspension replacement. Westcott's the only choice you should make there. Super high quality, great people that work there, and they really know what they're doing. The big question here is, what does it feel like? What's it do to your gas mileage? I only have 700 miles behind the wheel on a new Land Cruiser, and that's just stock. I have not driven them other than just test driving this after an alignment. So I can't tell you exactly what it's gonna do, but it's not gonna be a huge loss. My wife's right now at 700 miles is averaging 20 miles per gallon. Obviously that's gonna go down quite a bit. I would imagine it's gonna end up at somewhere around 17 miles a gallon with 35s. The difference in acceleration, power, torque, and feel, you can't tell a difference. These hybrid Land Cruisers, which by the way, all of them are hybrid, driving quality-wise, this is money well spent. It feels stock still enough to not affect how the driving characteristics feel on the road as a daily, on the highway, driving around, just everyday use. So if you want your Land Cruiser to be stepped up, look a lot better, fantastic option. Get into 35s, throw some Method wheels on there, account for the right offset. Make sure you hit us up if you have any questions about this at all. And really quick before we go, I wanted to mention this has a matte PPF full wrap on it, which, you know, you're spending like $8,000 to $10,000 to do a full PPF wrap from someone really good like Pure Blind with a 10-year warranty from Steck. Stay tuned, more to come on that. And this also has rock sliders on it, which are factory sliders. I don't trust factory sliders because they're not full thick wall DOM tubing, and I do not believe that's US steel. The roof rack on here too is a factory option. I'd recommend a Sherpa rack, and we're gonna get more into a crazy build that includes sliders, racks, armor from Descent Off-Road, and we're gonna be doing a Radflow suspension kit in the next Land Cruiser video. So stay tuned, give us a like and subscribe, and go check out some of our travel adventure videos if you like cinematic, crazy wheeling trips. And I appreciate you tuning in.